So the question is that we have a sibling or siblings that are challenging the parents, and they're saying this is a stupid mahalach, and this is just going to enable the child, and this makes the child lazy, and then maybe they're also feeling neglected, maybe they're jealous, maybe for us you don't really have this kind of money, and all of a sudden you're putting in money here, going to Cancun and flying around like big gevirim. For us, you never took us to Cancun, you never took us to Florida, you never took us to Staten Island, forget about the different island. And it could bring jealousy, and it could be uncomfortable, and sometimes it's dressed and cloaked in Yiddishkeit. I'm very frum. I don't want to see these Nazi girls coming to the house, and I don't want to see my sister dressed like that. And how could you let her be with a boyfriend? And how could you not stop her? And it could be in cloaked in Yiddishkeit. It could be menschlichkeit. It could be in what looks like der Heibenkeit, very holy, or it could be bad midos. And very often there are also SKiPs, siblings, that also went through trauma, and they are either unhealthily frum, or they're doing really well now, and they say, because they were Baruch Hashem blessed with resilience, they say like, I also went through stuff. Get your act together. She just wants attention. He just wants attention. Don't give attention. They need a firm hand. And all of a sudden, these kids who have never helped anybody become like a mumcha, professional. They know how to heal. They know what you should do. What's interesting also, sometimes they're very firm with the parents. Sometimes they're angry at the parents. And they're firm, and they don't know there's something called kabbalah sevicha v'asimecha. I've met with so many of them, and I said, I'm just curious. You're the firm one, right? You're Shai Shabbos, you're firm. What about kabbalah sevicha v'asimecha? What about your parents? You talk like that to your parents? You tell your parents, no, I'm not going along with this. You're giving them musar. They went ahead, they did their research. They feel that what they're doing is correct for their family. It's the hardest mahalach. It's much easier to do your way. They have their das Torah behind them. But even if they were wrong completely, this is, aren't you frum? Didn't you learn the 10 Commandments? And be selfish. Say, I don't care about my parents. I don't care about my sister, my brother in pain. But I want to live a long life. Be respectful. And even if you want to disagree, respectfully disagree, which is also you're not allowed to do. You could say, I was thinking, maybe, perhaps. But to talk such, and I see that Niskatnu Hadairis is not just by kids, it's regular from kids, sometimes some of them could talk like, oh my God, I can't imagine opening my mouth like that to my parents in the last generation. Who would talk like that to parents? Forget about that they're nasty sometimes. Forget about that they say worse things sometimes. But even if they're semi, who are you? A little pisher, talking to your parents about how to deal with a crisis situation, any situation. Who are you? Your job is to say, yes, mommy, tati. Yes, mommy, tati. So, Lamaisa is very interesting. Good kids. So, first of all, what I recommend is I do send a lot of things. I just posted chizuk for siblings. I do post a lot of things for the siblings. Some siblings, they're at least open-minded, and they say, this is how I feel, but you know what? I'm open to hear. Those are easy. First of all, you tell them, listen, I hear you. And I also thought like that. But we did our research, and we went to the biggest mumcha in the world. And if you don't feel that that's me, then you shouldn't be here. Find the biggest mumcha in the world, because it affects your child's future and your family. So go to whoever you think is the biggest mumcha in the world. We did our research. This guy has the highest success rate. And our das Torah is involved every step of the way. Trust us. And if you want to understand it, here are some videos. Also set up, and you should all do this beforehand. You should meet with the Kruller Rebbe. You should hear chizuk from the Kruller Rebbe. He's so kind that he sees TP parents for free. There's no charge. If you have tzedakah money, please give it to him. He doesn't ask for it. But he's mamish, and he'll be mechazik them. They'll see someone, he's impartial to speak his son. To them, he looks like Moshe Rabbeinu. And they will, he knows what to say. They'll feel stark after that. It's their nisayin. They have to be in their nisayin. And then set up a meeting with them and your das Torah. And even if they don't listen and don't want to, but they'll be forced at least to contend with the fact that this is what we're doing, and this is what our Das Torah thinks. I don't respect your Das Torah. It's very sad when kids say that. I have my own Das Torah. Try. Sometimes their Das Torah is part of the throw kids out thing, so then we're stuck. Very sad. You could show them the haskamas that I have from so many gedolim, from the Belzer Rebbe Shlita, the Ger Rebbe Shlita, to the Baba Rebbe Shlita, to the Skalena Rebbe Shlita, to the Satmar Rebbe's both, and Baba Rebbe's. Like, you could show them those letters. You could show them in the literature to Shmuel Kamenetsky's Zayin Gezum Rosh Hashiva, total backing and testifying. Many friends were helped, and this is, he said, he agrees 1,000%. He's told people so much videos and letters from him. The Novominsker Rebbe's Chusyagan Aleinu, to Zayin Gezun, to Moshe Wolfson Shlita Zayin Gezun, Rabbi Yosef Rosenblum Zatzal Chusyagan Aleinu, that send people here. I mean, so many of them. So most, even 4 out of 5 dentists, they couldn't get all 5 to recommend Trident. I think that's what it was, right? Or Colgate, whatever. You can't get every rabbi in the world to agree on everything, but most agree that this is the Mahalach, and we do everything under Das Torah. So sometimes they're healthy and they're concerned. They talk respectfully, and you can say, "Listen, this is what we're doing. We did our research. What you're saying is normal. We also agree." But so many people lost their kids with that normal. This is not a normal situation. Bring them to the Kruler Rebbe for even Litvish, Hasidish, very impressive. It's great. And bring them to your Das Torah and show them the ARTSCROLL, and then show them videos and let them listen to the Chizuk. I have a whole, in the TP app, I have a whole section of Chizuk for siblings, videos and audios. Then sometimes you have kids that totally shut down. I don't want to hear. I don't want to know. That means there's something bothering them. And even jealousy doesn't really cause that. Maybe they went through their own trauma. They have something bothering them. I would treat them like they're in pain. Either they're in pain just because of this, which I don't really buy. Probably they're in pain. They're not so successful in yeshiva. They have some kind of tightness. Maybe Mami and Tati weren't there for me when I needed help. Maybe they went through their own stuff. I always tell them, listen, if you're blessed with resilience, don't be upset at someone else. Could be that what happened to this person was worse than you. But even if it's the same, you're lucky. You're stronger. 10 kids could be riding the bike and get hit by a car. 1 kid can jump up and they're fine. 1 kid breaks a leg. 1 kid hurts their knee. 1 kid hits their head. 1 kid is in a coma. 1 kid dies. Everybody falls in a different way. Different people are created with different strengths. Maybe you were more successful. Maybe you had more friends. Maybe you were more loved. Maybe you had more self-esteem to begin with. Maybe the trauma wasn't as bad. Don't judge because somebody else didn't fall apart, because someone else fell apart and you didn't fall apart. Don't judge. And if they're willing to listen, fine. If not, I would begin TP on this person. TP is not buying bad. You don't have to buy bad. I would begin with the first letter. We're sorry that you felt neglected, or you try to figure out what's bothering them, what you should write in it. And you should start doing trips that are fitting for this person. If he's Chassidish Shabachar, you're not going to take him to Disney World. You'll take him to a place that's fitting for him. You take him to a Mordechai Ben David concert. You take him, or if he's too Chassidish, you can't even do that. You figure out which tish to go to. You'll start baking your love. Mommy and Tati, Mommy will make certain things that are more fitting. If it's more modern and the kid goes to movies, you start bonding, have a date night, take him out to eat in a nice restaurant. Do anything you can to show him you are so special to me. When a kid, boy or girl, who's healthy or a little bit struggling, feels that same feeling, then they will be okay. Do what you got to do to save my sibling. That's my experience, but it's got to be really, really done properly with the apology letters, with the take the knives out letters, looking back, thinking back, where did we lose this kid? Because if they're your best friend and the trust is really there, the NKN is there, they don't behave that way. So figure out, where did we lose this kid, and act in a respectful way. You know, if your kid is a Chassidish Shabucha, maybe you're going to buy him a new Langerekel or a new Bivahit a little bit earlier than you would have, or maybe a nicer, it's a flip phone, but get him a better one, whatever you can do. A nicer lulav, halavai, a better esrog, halavai. But you're on the Das Torah, have your Das Torah speak to him. Your Rav is so gevaldik, hopefully he'll listen to him. They'll give him time. You have one of the best Rabbanim, TP Rabbanim, that you could possibly have. Do all of that. And Hashem will help them. It's Hashem that they'll become accepted. But I find that when the bond is there with kids and they're getting what they need, the love, the support, the kavod, the yedidus, then they will be okay, even though my brother or sister who's nebuch so far away needs different things. They need to get what they need. And it's not just about the physical. The physical is not to buy their love. It's to represent our commitment and our love and respect and devotion to each child. That's what each child needs to have. That's why before the first bomb for the kip, I say buy gifts for everybody. It could be for the 7-year-old. It could be something in the 5 and below store. You could be baking a certain cookie that, or a certain cake that somebody wants. It's give them something with a letter. We love you. We're proud of you. We're here for you always, no matter what.